When it comes to faith, you believe what you believe, and I believe, in Jesus, and it makes all the difference in my life. That everything I do, everywhere I go, I'm trying to live up or to represent Jesus, and having the faith that I have and believing what I believe, it's the first and foremost thing in my life. And so why do I always bring it up when I'm in?
Well, it's no secret that Kurt Warner's faith shapes who he is. It's been well documented. But did you know the Cardinals quarterback makes an appearance in a new documentary film? The film is called God in a Box, and one of its co-creators, Nick Calderone, joins us this morning to tell us more about it. Hi, Nick.
God in the box.
God in the box.
Important little distinction there.
Okay, let's talk about it. What is this film all about?
We had an idea a couple of years ago to create something that would give us a vision inside people's minds. None of us are particularly religious one way or another, and it's not really a religion film. We created this small mobile studio, and we took it across the country, 8 different cities in an RV, and we set it up on street corners. And inside were hidden cameras, and we just allowed people to come in and share their views on what they thought God either looked like and what God meant to them. And if they had an image in their head of what God looked like, we just asked them to draw a picture.
And here's some of the video. This is you guys on the road traveling, and literally this is just a pretty small little box, and nothing fancy.
No.
You draped it just with black cloths inside, and then it's about an examination of who people are and what they believe in a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's a question that you just don't pose to people. Strangers don't walk up to each other and say, what does God mean to you, or what does God look like? But a lot of people will immediately go and fight about it. There's wars started over what God looks like, and a lot of people say you can't put an image on God, and that may be true for some people. We didn't set out to answer any questions or to solve any great mystery. We really just wanted snapshots of people's thoughts and to open up that discussion, to get people to talk about it, to just say it's okay to be different, and it's okay to agree. And it's really interesting. We had 158 people come through this box and just open up, share. They were really, really genuine and didn't seem to have any problem with walking into a strange little box on a street corner and telling us some of their most private thoughts about something so close to them.
Do you ask them a question, or do you write it down when they get inside the box? How do you get them to open up?
It was simply, we asked people, would you like to be part of a documentary? And they stepped inside the box, and once inside, there was an instruction sheet. Nobody talked to them. There were 2-way mirrors here, and there was cameras on the other side. And the instruction sheet just said, what does God mean to you? What does God look like? Draw your picture if you could.
And you just let them take it from there.
Let them go.
And so along the way, you guys encountered Kurt Warner.
Yep.
And how did he react to this?
Kurt's an interesting guy because you can, any chance he gets, he will profess his faith. And here's a guy that has overcome tremendous odds, won Super Bowls, and the first thing on his mind, in fact, the name of his foundation is First Things First. First things first in his mind is God and Jesus. And this is an interesting clip right here. You can see him, we asked him to draw his image of God, and automatically he drew Jesus. A lot of people would do that, but why? How come we have those images of the big white man with long gray hair and a beard? Where'd that come from? And does everybody share that? No.
And we want to hear of some of what Kurt Warner had to say when he went inside the box. Let's take a listen to that.
The one thing that I see more times than not, really with family and friends, is that all have been involved in a church. And so they all believe that they're just fine, whether it be just from the fact that they think they know enough about Jesus that they've gone to the point of salvation or being born again, when a lot of cases I don't believe that's the case.
A lot of fascinating things have been said during this journey. What was the thing that stood out the most to you?
We don't want to give anything away. But we had, there was one gentleman in a particular city who, when he came up to the box, we didn't really give him a whole lot of thought. We just figured he'd come in. It was felt like we were giving him a courtesy by coming into our box. He blew us away. And it's a pivotal moment in the film where it's just a real moment of human spirit. And how people just overcome in what they believe.
And that's so important, right? The human spirit.
It really is, and it really comes through in this movie. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the fact that no matter what you believe, I think you will find something in here. We have agnostics, we have atheists, we have Catholics and Muslims, and people who from completely different faiths draw a picture. We have a Muslim and a Christian draw their own separate pictures, completely different people.
Well, it's about getting the conversation started.
Yeah.
Nick, where can people learn more? How can people get involved? And when will your movie be released, most importantly?
We're shooting for a March release to go to the LA Film Festival, and if people want to get involved, like you just said, the film is a discussion starter. We want the discussion to continue. So if you have thoughts about this subject and you want to share your pictures, we urge you to look us up on YouTube. We're there all over the place, God in the Box, and godinthebox.com, of course, and Facebook.
Facebook.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations. Full disclosure here, I do know Nick very well. He's a fellow former journalist, and he made this movie with 3 other journalists, all of them from here in the Valley, so we're certainly rooting for you guys. It's going to be a great movie, very interesting.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Nick, for being here. Appreciate it.